Hi, my name is Kat and welcome to my channel. It's been a while since I made a video. January was a crazy time for me, but I'm really excited about February. So for my first video of the year, I thought I would talk about my top 10 reads from 2016. All the books I talk about will be linked below. So here we go. The first book I want to talk about is Unaccustomed Earth by Jhumpa Lahiri. This is a short story collection about Indian Americans trying to adjust and fit two cultures into their lives. I really enjoyed it. She makes the characters very real, very believable, very memorable, and relatable as well. The second book on my list is The Nightingale by Kristin. This is set in France in World War II and follows two sisters who seem very different on the surface, but have their own struggles to deal with. One sister goes and joins revolutionary forces, and the other sister has to deal with a Nazi living under her roof. It's an amazing book, really carries the stories, and the characters just stand out. The third book was such a surprise to me in 2016, and it is The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Lavender by Leslye Walton. This is about a girl who is born with wings in Seattle and her family's story from France to around England. It's full of magical realism and very strange situations, but has so much beautiful writing and captures a lot of emotions and feelings. I absolutely loved it. The next book I have with me, it's The Magic Toyshop by Angela Carter, about a girl and her brother who have to move to London after her parents die to live with an uncle she's never met who loves his puppets and an aunt who can't speak. The aunt also has two brothers who are living with them, and they are wild and different, and this girl is plunged into a world of confusion and utter difference. It has a lot of magical realism in it as well. But what stands out about this is how sensual and sensuous its writing is. Definitely one to read. It's a really quick read as well. The fifth book is Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates. This is a non-fiction book. It is a letter from a father to his son about what it is like to grow up being conceived as black in an America that is still racially divided and has a lot of racial tension. It's wonderfully written. Ta-Nehisi Coates has such beautiful writing, but also has a lot to teach. It's one of the books that I read in 2016 that has really widened my perspective and made me that much more informed. I actually read the sixth book at the same time as Between the World and Me, and I felt that they really work together. And that is a book I have with me. It is Americanah by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. This is about two Nigerians, one who goes to America and ends up getting a fellowship at Princeton, and the other who ends up trying to make a life for himself in England. Now, what stands out about this book is its amazing observations about people, specifically about American culture and Nigerian culture, and how race and the color of your skin melds into all of it. I have never read a book that has made me feel as ignorant as this book. This was an amazing book to widen my perspective along with Between the World and Me. The seventh book is A Fine Balance by Rohinton Mistry. This is one of those books that I haven't stopped thinking about since reading it, and it's set in the emergency period during Indira Gandhi's reign in India. It follows four very different characters, two tailors, a student, and a lady boss, and kind of chronicles their lives together. Rohinton Mistry has a way of writing characters so that they wrap their way around your heart and you end up feeling like you actually know them as people. It's quite a big book, and I was completely devastated when it was over. I really enjoyed the journey, and I cannot recommend it enough. The eighth book is Furiously Happy by Jenny Lawson. Jenny Lawson is a blogger who is hilarious. She writes about her daily life in such a funny way. This book specifically tackles how she deals with her mental illnesses, and she is such a good-natured, and humorous way of dealing it, but she also acknowledges the bad days. I experienced this book as an audiobook which she reads herself, and it was such an amazing experience. She made me laugh when I didn't even know I needed it. It made me smile, but also made me just feel better about things that I'm worried about, or things that haunt me and niggle at me. And we all have these moments where our mind feels like it's against us, and she has such good advice as to how she handles it. She's an amazing woman, and if you want to read this book, do see if you can go for the audiobook, because I think having her narrate it really added to the experience. The 9th book is like a cup of tea on a very cold winter day, and that is the Bookshop book by Jen Campbell, who has her own YouTube channel, which I will link below. If you like books and you like bookshops, you will like this book. Jen Campbell went around and she researched and went to loads of different bookshops and wrote about them. She writes about strange bookshops, familiar bookshops, a bookshop town, the feeling that bookshops give you, and it's just like a warm, fuzzy hug. I dip in and out of it when I can, because it gives me such like happiness. So yeah, if you like bookshops, or you know someone who likes bookshops, this is a perfect book. The last book I want to talk about is Gut, the inside story of our body's most underrated organ by Giulia. This is translated from the German. I read a lot of non-fiction, but I often find that my pace of reading non-fiction is much slower than fiction. This was the exception this year. It's about the gut, but written in a very easy to follow, easy to read way. It's not daunting at all, it's not complicated, but it is really fascinating. It also has lots of really cute pictures scattered throughout, and it's a good, solid, non-fiction introduction to a part of the body that people don't really think about. So there you have it. Those are my top 10 books from 2016. I didn't reach my goal last year of 100 books, I only read 61. So this year I'm trying to set a little bit more of a realistic target of 75, so fingers crossed. I'm doing terribly already, but hopefully I can just pick up momentum as the year goes along. How many books are you planning to read this year, and have you read any of the ones that I just mentioned in my top 10 of 2016? Let me know, because I'd love to hear from you. See you soon, bye!